So over to you, Esinet. So we go next to this the important section of our talk today, and that's validation crisis. We initially we talked about validation crisis as an important issue, which we brought you in during the lockdown challenge to tell young people about validation crisis and see how young people can change and get to appreciate themselves. And you did an amazing job, such that during the review, when we're receiving the feedback from them, your course was picked. Your course was among the best that they enjoyed. And so I wanted to just say something again about validation crisis and what it is. And so if you're watching us live there, please, can you make some comments if you were part of the lockdown challenge and tell us what you learned about the validation crisis by Esinet Okunrotifa. And then as well, whatever you want to share with us, please drop down your comments and then so let other people learn from you. So over to you, Esinet.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much again, Dr. Edet, for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted at all. The lockdown challenge was amazing for me. I got to meet some amazing people, and I'll just quickly go into it because of time. Validation crisis. It's something that all of us go through. Like you said earlier on, it is not, oh, people suffer from having validation issues at a particular age, and then by the time you're so age, then it stops. Literally, having to deal with validation is a lifelong thing. It's a lifelong thing. That is the first fact. So if you're one of those people that believes, oh, okay, by the time I reach, I leave secondary school or I leave university, I won't have to worry about, having this feeling of wanting to be accepted, wanting to feel like I mean something or wanting to be relevant, then no, that's it. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's a lifelong thing. And just like what we're saying with the iPhones that we have today, a lot of people, in fact, I saw this, it was quite funny. It was going around on Instagram recently about a lady. She has this picture. She was like, oh, should I buy a weave on or should I pay my rent? And then someone was like, you know what? Buy the weave on, at least it's still a covering on your head. You get, and then you sometimes, a lot of us go the extra mile to try and fit into society. Like I said the last time, why do we put ourselves under so much pressure? That's the question you need to ask yourself every time you feel like you want to do something because everyone is doing it, because you want to jump and join the bandwagon that everyone is taking. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this so that people will notice me? Am I doing this so that people can commend me? Or am I doing this because, one, I actually enjoy it? Am I doing this because I actually want to help people? A lot of people today, but I'll just stick with the idea of the iPhones. You save up so much money to get a phone. Let me not just say iPhone, get an expensive phone, right? Just because you want to have a picture or selfies where the little Apple. Let's not even talk about something as big or as expensive as an iPhone. Let's talk about something as simple as bottled water.
Yeah.
Some people will take pure water. They will pour the sachet of pure water inside the bottle. But just because they want to walk around with bottled water and then they're talking to you like, yeah, you know.
Why should we upgrade? We need to upgrade.
Why? Do you understand? Why do you only do that because you feel like, oh, if I drink water from a bottle, then that means I've reached a certain level or status thing. And another thing that has even come up are these face masks. I've noticed these face masks, these ones that it's like they have the screen. Oh, if you have those, people feel like, oh, you've arrived. Like but the truth of I'm trying to say that these face masks are not important, like the screens and all of that. But truthfully speaking, if you really want to keep, you're only buying it because it looks nice in pictures.
Yeah.
it is important to understand to place value on yourself.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. If you cannot place value on yourself, if you do not see yourself as someone that is worth it, you will consistently find yourself trying to meet standards. The truth of the matter is there's always going to be someone that's richer than you. There's always going to be someone that's prettier. There's always going to be someone that's taller, that has smoother skin. It's the truth. And until you learn to accept yourself, you can even fall into depression. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of young people these days. With a lot of people, you fall into depression because, my face is not smooth, and I want my face to be as smooth as Amaka's face. I want to have original Nike shoes like Johnson. Why? So that's it. The real question is, why do you do the things you do? If you find yourself doing things because you want to be seen and you want people to look at you like, oh wow, then that means that probably your self-worth is being fed on external comments. And what I've realized personally, because I'm speaking from a place of experiences, the more you keep trying to let your self-worth be fed from what people are saying to you, there's going to come a point in time where whatever they're saying to you is not going to be enough.
But can I come in there? Can I come in there, Esinet? You talked about a point of acceptance, or we've been speaking from what people fit into was. What do you think would be the possible cause of a self-validation, that we're looking for validation? Could it be a family? Could it be, what is that thing that, because everyone was always looking for the cause of the problem. So if we find the problem, maybe we can try to, nip it in the bud and see how to work out of it. At every point in time, at every point in our lives, we come through this place of validation. At work, you see people like outshining you at work. I remember when I started work with the Cross River State government back in Nigeria, I see some of my guys, most of them were driving expensive cars. Yeah. And I was the only guy in the premises that was not coming in a car. So I use public transport. People tell me, come on, you have to buy a car. You need to shoot. And I just returned from the UK. I just completed my master's. People just ask me, you don't know whom you are. And so for me, I knew who I was, but I didn't want to use a car to validate my personality. So I don't know whether you have.
That's healthy. And I feel like the truth is, most validation issues start from childhood. Okay. Parents push their children. And they'll say something like, you're not as good as your sister at this. Why can't you be as good as this? And then already you're putting so much pressure on your children. So a lot of us have grown up with this idea that, for me to be accepted, then I have to be as good as. So for parents that are watching this, we need to stop doing that. You need to start allowing your children to grow into themselves. Yeah. Stop. I won't say, a lot of media, social media has a lot to do with this, especially for our generation. We continuously compare our lives to people. For example, you want to compare your life to, let's say Steve Jobs, let's say if he was alive now, you want to compare. You don't understand that he went through the process, and you want the money, the lifestyle, the private jet, but you've not gone through the process. Steve Jobs. So if you want to, society will consistently keep throwing that at you. For example, I know a lot of ladies, it's wonderful to have weave-ons. It's wonderful. At a point in my life, I found myself wanting to buy expensive hair because I wanted to look like, to feel among. And I stopped one day and I'm like, you know what, Esinet, your natural hair is beautiful. And now, I rock my hair. Thank you. Thank you.
And that's beautiful.
So you need to really have a conversation with yourself, because from social media, it can come from parents, it can come from friends, it can come from even your boss at work is telling you, you are not good enough, you are not this. Now, please, I'm not saying we should not aspire to be great.
Yeah.
Do not aspire, do not say, well, me thinking that I want to be like it. It is a difference between aspiring to be great and then having self-worth issues.
Yeah.
If you know who you are, you understand the value that you carry in yourself, it will help you to push. That's a healthy source of energy. That's a healthy fuel to drive you.
Yeah.
So it should be from the fact that I know I carry value. I know I have what it takes to make a turnaround in this country, to make a turnaround in this continent,
Yeah.
and the world at large. So let that, you need to feed yourself, like I mentioned in my class, these are conscious efforts that you make, conscious efforts. If it means you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror. If it means you pray, thank God. I mean, if you're a Christian, the Bible, God says stuff like, I know the plans I have for you, plans of good and not of evil. And you're reading these things and I'm like, wow, if the creator of the heavens and the earth can say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made in his image, that for me, that boosts me. That boosts me. So what are you feeding into yourself? What you feed into yourself will determine how far you go.
Yeah.
That's it. If you're feeding in positive vibes about telling yourself how good you are, telling yourself you can do it, and actually working towards it, then you have, you're building a healthy, sense of self-worth for yourself.
Yeah. So Esinet, I'll just
Yeah.
come in a little. And for parents, because I don't know, maybe parents watching us now. So how do you talk to a child and help a child to aspire without having to say child A, child B, child C? But I don't know how my dad did it, but I can't remember my dad ever telling me, you're not like this other child, you go and do this. He treats people individually. But I've also seen myself in situations as leading young people. So sometimes I tell them, oh, you're not like A. A is very serious, but you are not that serious. But I want you to be as serious as A in what you are doing, in your studies, in your career, in following up in church. I want you to just see what A is doing and do the same. So I'm just wondering if that could lead to kind of validation, a problem in a child, or how do we reframe it in a way to speak with a child in a way that we don't push the child to the extreme of losing self-worth and trying to become B or C or D.
Okay, so what my mom did for me, I'm always very grateful. Like I said, my mom is from Zimbabwe, my dad is from Nigeria. My mom is very open and my dad is the traditional Ekiti man. He's a very traditional Ekiti man. And what helped me is that when I made mistakes, my mom didn't focus on the mistakes. She helped me to focus on being more solution oriented. So it's like, okay, so you didn't do so well in your chemistry. Okay, how do you feel you can do? So what are the steps that you can take?
Yeah.
When you start comparing, children can start having complexes. And then also the thing with making them compare is that once they find that they're not meeting the standard of the person that you're putting them, they now start to feel discouraged. They now start to feel, oh, I'm never going to be good enough. But if you let the child focus on themselves, so okay, this is what you're not good at. You're not good at chemistry. Okay, what do you think you can? This is a good effort, but I believe you can do better. That was my mom's tactic. I believe you can do better. Okay, so where did you go wrong? So she was right from my early age. She was teaching me problem solving. She was teaching me problem solving. And my mom is someone who always has a positive thing to say to you. So she commends the little efforts that you're making. I'm not saying don't lie to your kids, but you need to let them understand the problem. See what this is. But I believe that you can do better. Okay, what steps can you do? So you guide your child. You explain these things to your child. Most times African parents feel like once you beat a child, they should get a message. It gets to a point where a child look at you when you're beating them, they'll just be like, yeah, I don't know if this is helping. So don't compare your child to someone else. I'll help your child say, okay, this is what you've done.
Yeah.
You can do better. And then help your child step by step to achieve this. So let's say your child got 4 out of 10 in a test. You got 4. That's, you can do better. Okay, can we try and don't say from 4 go and push them to make 10. No, from 4 try and push them to get 6.
Yeah.
And once they get to 6, oh great, try and push them to get 8. And once that 8 is there, once they get to that 6, you encourage them, high five your children. Good. Talk to them, encourage them. And believe me, you're creating in your child this sense of, oh, I can do it because I was able to do this and make conscious steps to work towards it. And that's healthy. Yeah. Instead of creating a standard for your child, because the thing is, once you start on that path of letting them consistently trying to meet this standard, the time they fall or the time they fall short of that, it hurts them. They feel they are not good enough. Yes.
Thank you very much. That's nice. I really appreciate your contribution today to Validation Crisis. And this is where we'll be running short of time. And this is where we'll come to the end of the Validation Crisis session. So I don't know, maybe in a second, what summary can you give to everyone out there about Validation Crisis?
Validation crisis, number 1, is a lifelong thing. Having validation issues is a lifelong thing. When you're 80, you'll be wondering, oh goodness, why are my teeth? Number 1, once you accept that, you're halfway there. Number 2, work on your self-worth. Identify things about you that you love and you can work on. Once you're able to do this, conscious steps working towards that, if it means every single day, every other hour, keep reminding yourself that you can do this and working towards it, then, yeah, 90% to, solving your validation issues. Don't feed yourself with negative things. Yes, I think that's it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming today. And I hope that some people out there, or myself, have learned a lot from you today. And I believe that young parents out there are able to gain a lot as well. And in weeks to come, we will also invite you back again to continue on this talk on validation, because it's a lifelong thing, as you have said. And we believe that every time we should bring it up again and again, over and over, so that people can learn from the lessons that you have given to us today. And so I think to close the meeting today, and we would like to announce the winner of the Mobile Power Challenge design competition. So we've seen a lot of designs. I spend most of my time in the week to look at designs. And so I'm happy to share with you guys the winner of the Mobile Power Challenge today. And the winner is...
Drum roll.
Have to be the drum. I'm the winner of the Mobile Power Challenge. So I think that there is something that we have to observe here. The winner of the Mobile Power Challenge for week 2 award. Where is the picture? It's not loading now. Okay, let's try again and see if the picture will load for us. Okay, all right, I think it's loaded now. So the winner of the Mobile Power Challenge 2020 for week 2 prize is Charity Bassi. So congratulations, Charity, and
congratulations.
And not just that she won the best design, she had the top engagement. Whenever she drops a design, you see plenty comments and plenty likes follows. And so for those of you who are wondering how we choose the best, we choose the best by engagement. So if you drop your design and a lot of people like it, lots of people say something about it, they say, oh, wonderful, elegant, and all that. we will also tend to believe that that is the best. Esinet, I hope that's a good way to judge it.
It is. It really is. It really is because you get honest comments from people. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
good. And
so
then having an external person come up also
yeah.
helps.
So this is very fair, a fairest way we can use to check the price. And so Charity won the one for last week, the week one. She won the prize for last week, and she's also winning the prize for this week. And she's got many
Ah,
clients, and a lot of people are following her up and giving her jobs now. If you are surprised, don't be surprised. She for this favorite coach, exotic culture, it's a job she did for a client, and she shared it. And I woke up yesterday with a message. Hello, sir. I've just got 2 jobs this morning.
wow. She's empowered.
She's empowered. Truly,
She's empowered.
and Charity is, I think she's a year 1 or year 2 student, year 1 student in nursing school in Calabar. She's studying nursing.
Ooh.
And so she said she wasn't doing anything during the lockdown, and now she's got a skill and something, and she likes it. She said she really loves it, so that's why she spends a lot of time to do a design. She moves from app to app. She said I asked her how she designed this because I wanted to be sure that she was actually the one that did this. She said she uses different apps to design one
Picture.
one design. So each design she starts picking the bits from one app, and then she transfers them to the second app or maybe to the third app, and then where she finalizes the whole job. And so that makes it look beautiful. So congratulations, Charity. I wanted to know that we love you, bless you, and we want you to keep on the pace. We want you to work hard, and so that by the time you return to school, you have saved some money to help your parents studies. Thank you very much. So this is where we will end the broadcast for today. I want to say that we love you, and I always like to end my broadcast with something very interesting. And I want to tell you out there, if you're still out there, you're struggling, you can reach us through Testimunhas. You have our messages, you can message us. You know our link on Facebook. Join us on Transformation Challenge. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram, and all our social media outlets, and then social media handles, and we will be able to reach you as well. You can also contact me. My name is Edet Otu. We can get that done. We can contact you and also help you to, to get all that you want in time. If you can reach us, if you're struggling with anything, struggling with validation, struggling, you don't know what step to take, you don't know what direction, this program is entirely for young people like you, because we want you to succeed, we want you to make it, and so we're setting up this for you. So in the coming weeks, we'll be telling you titles or areas that we'll be dwelling on, and we do hope that you get the best from us. So if you like the first show of the youth spot, we want you to send us feedback and comment and tell us what we need to do to improve, because this program is solely for you, and we want to be sure that we are giving you the very best. And so I want to say God bless you. And I'm a Christian anyway, so I always like to tell people, look, if you're interested in knowing more about my faith, I want you to contact me, and then we can discuss further. But remember, very important, that God loves you. I always like to talk about God in my show because I know I cannot do anything without God. When I didn't know God, I was still a stupid boy in the streets. You wouldn't see me here today, trust me. I won't be here doing this program today helping young people if I didn't know God. The truth is this, I was in the wrong crowd, obviously in the wrong crowd. We talked about validation today. My own validation wasn't the validation of buying handset. My own validation was becoming tough. I built my muscles to fight anybody that came my way because I wanted to show everyone that I was tough. And it led me to places when I was almost lost. God changed my life, and then here am I today. I'm not just useful to myself, I'm useful to other people. And so if you are there, you don't know how to be useful to yourself or to other people, maybe you need God in your life, but you need that change and that transformation that I had that made me who I am today. You can experience it. It's not about money, it's not about all this stuff. Money, we all need money, but trust me, the more money you get, the more problem you have.
Yeah.
you will never have enough money to solve all your problems in this life. So be sure that the main thing when I tell to young people about God, they'll be looking at the success. Yeah, even with the midst of all the success, everything that God has done for me, there are still issues I can't solve. I used to sit down in my house and feel stupid sometimes. And I remember one day I was feeling very stupid and anxious in my house. Someone texted me, sent a message to me, says, "I'm really proud of you. Thank you for always helping me." I said, "What is wrong with you in my heart?" So, but despite all these things, I'm always really, really happy that in the presence of God in everything, I always find that solace. I play 2 times to kneel down and pray and say, God. And whenever I kneel down, I say, God, please, I don't understand this thing, but please come and make a way for me. He always made a way for me. And so I want to encourage you to draw closer to God, and God will help you in all your areas of life and give you success. God bless you. Thank you very much, Esinet, for coming, and we do see you on that time. So, Father, thank you for today's meeting. We thank you for everyone that is that tuned in today. Pray that you bless everyone that has watched or is watching or will watch. I pray that everyone that will have contact today with you, their lives will be changed, their lives will be transformed in the name of Jesus. Thank you as you launch into the new week. You give us the best from the week in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Esinet.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Take care.
Bye. And all our viewers, thank you. Do have a very wonderful week ahead. And God bless you. Bye.
Bye.